free gift via internet. DM.
All the gifts.
All the metal sound.
Do what I was doing in my thing and truncate. That's what cutting is for. Because sometimes we both typo a code, don't mean to. You flip like 2 letters.
Dyslexia is a motherfucker sometimes. It was his hat, Mr.
Kraft. He was number 1. Darn, I thought Foxy Grandpa would get him for sure.
It would get him for sure.
See you in Paldea. But, like so many codes, you have to replace a lot of the letters with numbers like a serial killer.
Like the cutting letters out of newspaper clippings to write a message so they can't track your handwriting.
This is the gaming goal that has 0 IVs and everything. Except it has a 31 speed.
Though, while they didn't give you a 0 in speed, that means they at least gave you a 0 IV in attack gimmickle, and that's nice, I guess.
Oh yeah, the gaming goal is rigged to be timid. I didn't comment on it. I thought so.
I would assume so.
I'm literally, this is a screenshot of the event page. I'm using a screenshot because it was just easier.
Yeah.
This is that Rever Room that has 20 in all its IVs, except it's 31 attack and it has 252 EVs of physical attack training.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Why? When I say why, I mean why.
And this one is random. You get one or the other. You do not get both.
You get it sweet or spicy. I have to ask again but why?
Spicy!
I think we both got spicy.
Because... Oh, well, there's a reason for that. And I didn't comment on it in my thing.
What?
1/3 will be sweet, 2/3 will be spicy.
It's not even a 50-50?
Nope.
That's bullshit!
You missed a letter. I was about to...
Damn it.
It's 1 letter off. It's E. No. It ends with E. You had everything but the E.
On. Controller started flipping out for a second when I was trying to get over there.
I can literally just cut it up.
Yes.
See, Titan Gift, like a flute.
Why is it like a flute?
What do you mean, why is it like a flute?
Like, why? That password doesn't make any sense.
Sure it does.
Does this look like a flute to you?
was generally the end of the event codes, at least at the time of doing stuff. We already claimed,
There's the Sea Titan. Is it is the Sea Titan literally just completely and utterly
yes, there is no rhyme or reason to this thing.
So you could get one with absolutely garbage perfect stats?
Yeah, I believe like I did.
I at least got the 3.
4.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, but you could literally bottle cap your problems away.
Yeah, it's now where the fuck did that gold dingo end up? Wait, there's a chest, is that? Yep, there it is.
Yep.
Why the fuck did you end up there? And there should be... Okay, the Reva room, I think, got different natures.
No, not a set.
Oh. So, yeah, it's set to have Naughty and a fighting Terra type.
Yes. With a 31 attack, 252 in attack training.
Why? Wait, overcoat. It's not the hidden ability, is it?
I don't think.
It's hidden ability, I remember being garbage. And again, you're in the one ball, and you're in Chera's ball, and oh, the Pokeball for
Yeah.
what are you? What are you? Slush Rush. Its ability is probably random as well.
Yes.
Though Slush Rush is the ability I would want anyway.
It is literally RNG the Sea Titan.
I have to ask the but why?
There is no rhyme or reason to that. However, between bottle caps and nature mint ability patches and ability capsules, you could literally...
Wait, are you... What, you are down everything minus the... Actually, no, I did give you a nature mint because it says adamant, but speed up. Okay, you are done.
Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis.
Yeah, I gave you the booster energy and everything. Okay, so I guess I'll just have you as one of the things. Use well. Just I guess you in the back if I need something, and we're. And then I guess just the Kingdra. Actually, because I have the.
Like in my playthrough, and this is what I'm going to cut, because it's been
Annihilate.
14 minutes.
I'll do Annihilate.
Annihilate. Charge. Fire.
Should have a leftover somewhere in here. I don't think I shifted that to anything else. If I did, I could just... I think I did.
Looks like it.
Bright powder for memes.
Good old Lucky Egg, which is confusingly mistranslated.
Yes.
Because Chansey is lucky, and it was the Chansey Egg.
Well, I guess now time to do the thing.
Except because we're doing your playthrough second, I looked up some stuff.
Like what?
The trainer battles are set. Abilities are not random.
Oh, neat.
And Nimona has a different team depending on your starter choice.
Well, that's how her team works normally, so...
Yes.
That would be one of those no shit moments.
So, yeah. And the other thing, I will cover more in detail. Some dumb guesses we made about her team functionality were actually exactly right. I just went and confirmed it after the fact. Because my playthrough was completely blind, and I didn't know if things were said or not.
Because, like I said, the game actually has some of the just random generic NPCs. Their team is actually not said. If something had two standard abilities, it could actually have either or.
Yes. Well, I went to confirm some things.
Yes.
Because I wasn't sure. Because it was a blind run. Because I didn't really watch the epilogue. I just jumped into it with almost no information other than a very basic sort of point of a few things. And now I know more things.
Yeah. True. Oh. I do like how because of this game having, like, the DLC, the, like, a trainer level cap jumped up to fucking the, like, mid-80s, which I think would be the, like, highest level. Actually, I say it would be the highest level of trainers, but isn't in the Heart Gold and Soul Silver, isn't Red's Pikachu still the highest, literally at level 90, or was it?
That was a level 88 Pikachu.
Oh, yeah, it was level 88. So...
And you're also forgetting in X and Y, that facility whose name escapes me, where you can go and rank up in that club and pay gratuitous amounts of money for rule alterations in that club. And if you pay for, like, high-class visitors and, like, the maximum experience shields and stuff, you get, like, constant trainers around, like, 70, 80 something. And that was, like, an amazing way to grind, and you get a decent amount of money.
But not counting any legendaries, even though no legendaries have done this, the highest level thing is actually, and the funny thing is, I think this is a trend that started in X and Y or Sun and Moon. There is a, like, 1% chance in the wild you will find a level 100 Magikarp.
That was started in Gen 4.
Oh wait, yeah, it was Gen 4. So, from every game since, like, Platinum, you have a really low chance to find a level 100 Magikarp just out in the wild.
Yes.
That's why I said that's technically the highest level thing.
Red's Pikachu is pretty high, though.
Yes.
Red and his ridiculous nonsense.
Though it's one of those, it's a Pikachu, so because it's a Pikachu, it seems all threatening, especially because it's holding the light bulb, but if you have anything, like, that's immune to electric, it becomes way less threatening. If you have, like, because it's Heart Gold and Soul Silver, you'd have to transfer it in, but you just use, like, Garchomp or something, and it really is not that threatening.
Good old overlevel Pikachu.
Or the other funny thing, because I believe its moves were like Volt Tackle, Iron Tail, and Quick Attack. Magnezone is also another easy way to kind of just clap it, because you 4 times resist Electric at that point, and resist the other 2.
It's only 4 times.
Oh, I think you 4 times resist Steel.
Yes! Steel doesn't resist electric! Skarmory is weak to electric!
So, but the point is still there of you resist it, and once you resist it, it is not nearly as threatening. And that's why a funny thing, because you fight Red on the one mountain, it's always hailing there, a really just fun cheese strategy was, I think it was like Choice Scarf Glaceon was like Blizzard just claps like most of his entire team.
That is an option. Then people think when you beat Red, he jumps off the mountain.
One of his Pokémon is Charizard, and not just that, I'm pretty sure one of the moves it knows is Fly. He probably just flew away, you edgy motherfuckers.
People literally think that you beat him, and that now that he had a worthy person beat him and sort of take his title, that his game be over.
I swear one of his Charizard's moves is fucking Fly.
But we need to acknowledge that when you beat...
We also have a thing, even if it doesn't know Fly, it's one of those, Charizard can fly without using this fucking move. Again, you edgy motherfuckers.
You beat Red, so logically he's gonna jump off the mountain to end it all.
I hate all of you.
What else would happen?
He flies away.
The jumping off the mountain to end it all thing is still debatably better than the other most common theory. Also, people think her dad's Peony.
Why do people think her dad is...
Because he makes... You hear him indirectly when she's quoting him. The puns he makes is how Peony talks. People think her dad is Peony and that they're slapping you in the face with it. Because that
So then... Rose would be her uncle?
Yes. If true. See, the Advent Tour, no one says that. I'm hanging up. It's that line because of how Peony... People think her dad's Peony. Which, we'll go back to the other thing in a minute, but like, I'm not saying her dad isn't Peony, but this is kind of...
I feel like that's probably just a dumb coincidence, because if they wanted to do something like that, I feel like they would have given her some type of visual detail to reference.
Well, the other problem with that anyway is Peony had a daughter in the DLC.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
No, people can have more than one child, but this would mean in this retroactive canon
that Penny is actually the sister to the one person, and during all of that, no one ever brought up that, that they have Penny as well.
Which would mean he is... And the thing is, and it just adds more problems, while his actual daughter in that DLC thinks he's a dork. He's overbearing to a point that annoys her, but it came from a place of love. So, it's like, Now, you could say, oh, Penny's off at school in a different region, and that she's studying abroad, and that he didn't bring up his other daughter because she's at school. But this leaves you with this weird kind of...
Also, what I was going to say is Penny has no visual details that reference the other characters, because if you want to, in an anime, have people be related, they have to have some type of visual similarity. Like, look at basically, you know, the one woman in the Blueberry Academy. It's like she has the one gem from Clay, and outside of having the one like jewel in her hair, she also has an Excadrill, even though she primarily uses like fairy types and shit. And wasn't the final thing she had the same eye color as Clay?
I think.
Yeah. Penny doesn't have any details like that, so I feel like it's not like him, or if it is, they're you know, literally throwing that in there when Penny was not designed was this from the get-go.
Back to the other point, it was like an old thing where the two popular fucking stupid theories involved with Trainer Red is that you beat him and he disappears, so people logically think he jumped off the mountain to end it all because you beat him, because he just kind of vanishes. And people thought that, like, since he was at the top of the mountain, that you beating him, like, now that he had someone beat him and he had been champion, he just decided to end, like, you know, end it all. But the other common theory that had floated around was that Red... I'm sure you know where I'm going with this? Because it's the only other dumb theory to explain.
What, like, wasn't it genuinely because there was that thing they dropped for a while that the, like, Pokémon games, there were, like, two continuities, the one, like, Wiz Mega Evolution and the one was out. So wasn't the other theory that he literally fell into a wormhole?
That was later! I'm talking about the OG theory before the wormhole stuff.
I genuinely don't remember.
What's the other dumb fan theory to explain a mysterious thing that you can interact with that doesn't really talk, and then after you deal with it, it vanishes?
That he was a ghost?
Yeah. That he died on the mountain, and that that he is basically lingering fucking will. And that he was a ghost. And
that would also mean his Pokemon were a ghost, meaning, you know, that was a ghost Pikachu right there.
It was literally that he died training on that mountain, and that his lingering regrets was that because he was the champion of Kanto, that he was the pinnacle, and that no one could beat him in a battle. And he died without facing an opponent that could beat him. And this ties into, as dumb as it is, people taking a Japanese culture thing, since Japan is very spiritual with lingering regrets. So it would be that Red died, but his spirit stuck around because his one regret was... he wanted someone that was stronger than him. And people did play into it that yes, his Pokemon were also all dead. And that you beat him. And because you beat the ghost, that you removed the lingering regret. He finally found a trainer stronger than he was. And that now, you know, he could pass on to the afterlife, and it's why he just kind of...
I hate all of you.
Blinks out of existence.
I hate all of you.
People also play into the ghost theory because Red doesn't talk.
Like I said, I hate every last one of you. the reason Red doesn't talk is because he's a silent protagonist.
People literally thought man either took his own life or was a ghost the whole time. And then later on, retroactively,
because of the Unify and again the stupid, there were like two continuities. People were like, oh, he fell into a wormhole that led to Alola. But my problem with that is, how do people explain blue? Because remember, it's not just red, they're both there.
yeah, they're both old and living. They were invited. Which...
Well, like, if he, did fall into, like, a wormhole, him being alive, that would make sense, because it would be he literally just fell through a portal, but the problem with that then becomes, like, if he fell through a portal...
Well, the other thing, when people started talking about the multiple universes, and so many of these dumb theories would have been in scattershot videos and comment sections that are in just forums.
Which a lot of which probably might not even exist anymore. No. Mochi mochi.
Oh! And I will probably do it damn near unprompted in my playthrough. And maybe in this one, try to cut our audio to do the same joke. And I have thought of this for just her dancing as a fucking perfect editing joke, especially if I ease into it without prompting it. How it feels to chew 5 gum. Mochi mochi. Because the 5 gum commercials were always...
Yes.
What?
Yes.
How it feels to chew 5 gum. It's just her doing the chicken dance.
True.
Going back to the other thing. When we started jumping across timelines and dimensions and stuff, a lot of people then literally said that in Alola, that the red and blue in Alola are the red and blue from that timeline and not the, like, red on top of the mountain, because it's a red and blue that grew up in the Mega Evolution timeline. And with Giovanni getting a version of the villains that won, people said if the villains exist in a timeline where they won, then logically a red and blue would exist in a timeline with Mega Evolution. So people said this doesn't solve anything, and that the red from the mountain in the original timeline could still have ended his life, maybe fell in a wormhole, but people have said that doesn't make sense, unless they didn't show the alternate red running around in a timeline he wasn't from, like Giovanni jumping through timelines, or that the original red is still a ghost, because they did kind of establish with Giovanni jumping timelines, and yes, it's a fucking thing. It's been enough years where I need to preface I'm not making this up.
It was the Rainbow Rocket.
There you go.
In Ultra Sun and Moon.
That's a thing. God damn it.
Yes.
Okay. Hold on.
Though they didn't realize you can't beat that because this is a Giovanni with every legendary ever. So we're just going to quietly push that into the corner and pretend we didn't.
You didn't have every legendary.
Okay, that's
No.
it. Puh.
He had a Mewtwo.
He had a Mewtwo.
Every?
He had every other villain with him, so...
Every villain from Pokemon had their legendary.
That's the button to change clothes. I want to put on the helmet for the one...
D-pad sideways.
Oh, yeah.
It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, what is your opinion on the event that Carson got in this part? Overall, I think it was a mixed bag. Some of those were more useful than others. I do think some of those were a bit random. The Sea Titan really is random. The Gimmighoul is at least useful if you wanted a zero attack IV, which, in my opinion, made that one worth getting at the time. I don't have much to say about this topic. I just thought this topic was interesting. But anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments. Or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links as well as my Discord links are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.